The power to create may all be in our favor. Hey y'all, welcome to Creator's Lightbulb. My name is Emblem, and today I'm joined with the captivating Eclipse Light. We hope to help you unlock your power to create by igniting your own lightbulb through our conversations. We cannot wait for it to explode with whatever creativity you have in store. I hope you enjoy your time here, and let's begin, shall we? Eclipse, introduce yourself, please.
Hello. I'm Eclipse. I'm a very cringy digital artist and voice actor and series maker and baker and video gamer and reader.
Cringy was not in the script.
and the most cursed person you'll ever meet, ever.
Cursed? Are you sure about that?
Do you not remember what I posted and officially cursed Topaf?
Oh yeah, that I try not to remember.
Do I need to read it for you? Here, maybe
why are we starting the podcast like this?
Here, maybe I could just narrate it for you. Just
oh my god.
A tale of two lovers, both dealers who no one could pay them enough deposits until they found one another. It was true love at first sight, and since then they've merged their businesses at the most successful calcium berries company, screwing over the economy so much they were able to leave Prince Shard bankrupt and become the new rulers of Cyrus's kingdom. Hazel eloped with Velvet, and since then the kingdom has lived in peace, echoing with laughter and joy at the royal Jester Lucas.
Okay, podcast over. Time to end this. Eclipse, it was very nice having you.
okay, goodbye.
Please don't leave. Oh my god. Oh gosh. So I invited you here because you have a series, but the thing is, it isn't out yet. And I have been keeping your mouth shut. Forcing you to keep your mouth shut. So I could finally hear about it fresh and raw. And what about it? At least she's free now, so.
Oh, she's trying to steal my soul.
Please. Yeah. I have my soul steal it. I have it bound by so many contracts, it's hard to keep count at this point. So tell us about your series, The Magical Cats.
Like all the other magical animal stories. Okay, well, let's see. You want me to start with the origins prelude, or the actual?
Oh my god! Just tell me the thing that you were going to spoil to me, but like I keep telling you no. Wait for the podcast.
Oh god, the old version. The old version, the one I didn't spoil.
No. Yeah, we can all go that now.
Now I can kind of talk about the premise though. So I guess arc 1. The premise is wait, how do I
Okay.
Yeah, the premise is the end. No, so there's like
it's good, I swear.
So there's like one kingdom. There's a kingdom that is kind of in turmoil at the moment. It used to be two kingdoms that were kind of at war with each other for a while, but that got fixed before this happened because I didn't want to write that. I mean, so their tension's high, and while there are a lot of mainly magical cats, there are cats who don't have magic, and so are being prejudiced by the magic cats who think they are higher, and are like, you know what, screw you, you suck, you're uncivilized and gross, because they don't give them jobs and stuff, because, you know, they're very kind.
Ew, and peasants.
A lot of good times. So the kingdom is just filled with a bunch of tension, and without spoiling any of the characters or any of their arcs, basically, we're just gonna see how things move along in this kingdom and how all the problems boiling up rise with like two kingdoms being forced together into one, and then just a whole group kind of ejected as outcasts and forced to live in poverty. Well, just because they don't have the special magic.
Oof.
And the message, I guess the theme I'm trying to put forth with this one is, I just, I think it's more so
Burn
on
capitalism to the
perspectives.
ground.
Yes, burn the government, communism,
Revolt, revolution.
anarchy. No, well, the point here is it's all about perspective. It's not just black and white, and the goal is like, I don't want to force the opinion of who's in the right and who's in the wrong to anyone. It'll be in character
Yeah.
perspectives, but like, it's you, the viewer's choice if you think one is right or wrong. Completely yours. It's all based on your morals. I'm not going to force anything. And while I have my own views, I'm going to try to write it in the least biased way possible, and it'll only be through the character's point of view. But it will be through multiple perspectives, so don't worry. You're not just going to see
Yeah.
one place and be like, well, yeah, okay, I only know about this place, so I'm just going to assume they're the best because they say they are and they think they are.
Yeah, I really like those perspectives. I like making people think. I mean, or at least attempt to. I don't know.
Yeah, if there's anything I've learned about storytelling and just about life in general and morals, like, there's always more than one perspective. Everyone thinks differently, and you might think something is terrible and unforgivable, and it all depends on the circumstances, the environment. There's a lot of variables and factors when thinking about the mind and thinking about situations. So, yeah, that's what arc 1 is. I'm not really going to talk about arc 2 as much because it's still in development and is going to be after arc 1 anyway. So, you'll just have to wait for
you
that.
have a lot. A lot in like a good way.
Yeah, no, I've had.
How do you contain that all?
I don't know. I've had. So the stories existed for years, and I've just had a lot of time to develop the world. It was actually really different at first. Like, its original version was a warrior cat story, and that's just for the main character.
You didn't tell me that.
Yeah, when I was in like elementary school, 5th grade, I went to like the library and I started reading warrior cats, and I got obsessed with that. And then one of my friends is an artist and was like, "Well, if you like it so much, why don't you just draw?" And I was like, "Okay." So I just started drawing, and I just started making my own little characters because I went on a thing called the internet and found out OCs existed. I was like, I'm gonna make an OC because I'm cool. And the first
it all spiraled from there.
Yeah,
shut up.
It all went downhill immediately. The end. No, here, just let me get my little character here. The first character I ever made was a cat called Shadowstripe. She was kind of like a self-insert, pretty much. I was a very depressed and sad person at that age. And then middle school happened, which did not help. Trust me, middle school's the worst thing to ever happen.
Kind of low-key agree.
Yeah, it was not one of my proudest areas of life. And the first picture I ever drew of her is this. I had zero designing skill, but I guess for those who can't see, she was basically.
The tabby stripes look so much better than my own tabby stripes that I do today.
No, they're good. Yours are good. Mine look like.
No, they aren't. They're spots.
That's still better than this edginess. I was also obsessed with Undertale, as you can see, by the freaking black eye. What the hell? It's so cringy.
And
I still like the game, but not so much the fandom. That's all I'm going to say on that.
Gosh, you're going to open up a portal of this is offensive.
You're welcome. You invited me.
I'm absolutely kidding.
Well, yeah, Shadowstripe. So the story originally was there was like two clans, Light Clan and Dark Clan. Light
I
Clan
wonder which
was
one was the good guys.
Light Clan was the boring, lame one that just had all the goody two shoe characters. I never focused on it because they were boring, so they don't even matter. I don't even know why they were included in the story. I just drew happy-go-lucky characters in there. No one was evil in that clan because it's Light Clan, and everyone's nice and happy. Yay!
Yay!
Oh God! And the
Oh,
Dark
yeah.
Clan was filled with the evil cats, and not only that, they had special magic. That was evil shadow magic.
This is just Star Clan and the Dark Forest on Earth. That's just what it is. This is just what it is. Am I right or am I right?
Yeah. They God,
this whole podcast has just turned into Eclipse and Emblem discussed warrior cats. Forget about her series. We're talking about warrior cats now.
This is the origin of the series, though. That's like, it's where it started, because Shadow Stripe's the one that's been there all along, and so was Hay. Her name used to be Scar Eye, because warrior cats.
Oh, I wonder where she got her name.
I wonder. She was like in Light Clan, but no one cares about Light Clan anyway. And I think I turned it back to the original clans after I got bored of Light Clan, Dark Clan. But yeah, Shadow Stripe was boring. Like, to sum her up, she was depressed and sad because she got slish slashed on her eye, and so she has the power of edge now to be edgy. I don't even know what
figure.
I think it just made you evil or something like that. And just the story was so like lame because literally like she goes there, confronts the leader, he chases her, and she drowns after falling through ice. And she's that's literally all it was, because I just wanted an edgy vent story. And I think Hayes had her own story where she had anger issues and just wanted to be the best. She was kind of like a Lucas, I'd say, just like really cocky.
Just less likable.
Yeah, just very angry. Very angry. Yeah. Just beating up everyone around her, as you do.
Yeah, I think everyone has their own vent OCs, but like when you first start storytelling, you have a particular OC that like, hey, this is a representation of my struggles, and I will torture this thing mentally and physically to death. But as you become a better writer and as you grow up, you no longer have vent OCs. You put it into every one of your characters.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yes.
Hayes and Shadow Stripe were the ones I used the most. Shadow Stripe represented my depression, and Hayes represented my anger issues. Yay! Puberty's
I actually kind of find some poetic metaphor to that. I don't know how.
If you can,
here, let me flip my thought process. I promise this is.
Yeah, over time, like, even though I didn't like how she was before, I decided that, hey, she was my first character. I still, like, love her a lot, so I've always kept her in the stories in some way. I just changed her personality a lot. Like, she went from kind of being sad to, like, being just anxious, and she went to... One version of her was, like, just like kind of this emotionless, edgy cat that had cybernetics back.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, because like this thing is like, so in my story, the cats, they originated from like a lab research play facility that like experimented on animals and crap, and chemicals ended up in them having some elemental abilities. I'm just gonna call it magic because I'm basic like that. And and originally it took place in the facility. That was gonna be where it was actually at first. That's where it originally was going. And so she used to be one of the guards there because they would have animals they would train until they were kind of obedient, and then they would just let them roam around the facility with just like sadly, they would use like these electric shock collars that would really damage them,
Oh
and it was
no, poor babies.
yeah. And as you can see, she always is missing the eye. Although, or in the robot version of her, she lost her leg too. So they just kind of gave her cybernetics, and she was just Yeah, she was just like that, and she was kind of emotionless, being broken after all of that. And I was like,
Oof.
maybe that's a bit too much. Well, I mean, I probably could write it now to be a bit better, and that's actually I won't talk about that because that's a spoiler for the origins. Because that
Ooh.
because there is going to be a comic. I'm not animating it. There is going to be a comic called Crimson Path,
Ooh. Ooh.
and it's going to take place in the origins. And the thing is, though, this is like way before my current series. Like they're all dead by the time my series of arc 1 starts, because it like the cats have had time to develop and like kind of like Topaf, kind of have a bit medievalish, I guess I'd say, technologies development and stuff, though, because they have magic. They don't really go into technology as much as humans have. So like they have basic structures. And that was inspired, but I don't know if I'm actually accidentally stumbling into any of the questions that were submitted for me. So sorry about that. I'm just kind
Yeah,
of
well,
rambling.
whatever. Fine.
I'm rambling
Yeah,
about
don't worry.
everything. So, but yeah, so it was inspired by Strong Hearts Are Mandatory, because I don't remember
Ooh.
when I found out about it, but I stumbled upon Lady Telia when she was an animator, and I really liked the story right away. Instantly got the first 2 books. I haven't read the third one, if that's out yet. I
I've
don't
always
know.
wanted to read the book.
I mean, they're pretty decent. Like, I'd recommend to read. It's pretty cool, and I definitely love her art and animations and stuff. Um, and yeah, that was the first time I realized, wait, the cats can actually do that. Is possible to give the cats into a world where they have a bit more advanced technology, because like before it was just like they were kind of guilds. It was basically a warrior cats copy, where I just called them guilds instead of clans. I know, I was a genius. I was the most original.
I like the word
See,
guild.
guys, they're not clans if you call them guilds. But yeah, so they wait, what was I saying? Sorry, my memory's bad.
Strong Hearts Are Mandatory, how that
Yes,
inspired
yeah, oh
the
yeah, Strong
series.
Hearts are mandatory. Like, yeah, so obviously it's not as advanced as Strong Hearts are mandatory, because they have like full on technology and stuff, but that's pretty cool too. Like, like that's any of that's believable. I mean, they're sentient cats. They can probably do it if they wanted to. It's just since mine are more magic focused, they kind of decided to just incorporate their magic into things more instead of developing technology. And they really hated the humans. Like when the first group, because like what happened was like a group of them kind of escaped, and then they like were like, I'm not living near here anymore. Screw all that, and they just kind of ran away to some place that's pretty uninhabited. No, I don't know what part of the earth this is. This is just a made up earth. It's 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 just somewhere. And the rules of the
Yeah.
are kind of different there anyway, but it's just they live somewhere that humans haven't found out about yet. And they just had
Yeah.
enough decades and generations to kind of build upon it and start using some basic technologies, but they refuse to get to what humans did, because humans are gross at you. And over time, they just kind of forgot about humans. They just call them monsters now and just talk about creatures that like or
Whoa.
things
Spoopy.
and whatever. They don't remember them anymore. And like, well, some do kind of go to find it, and then we'll find it. By the time they come back, they've gone crazy from what they witnessed there. So, oh well, no one believes
Oh
the crazy.
gosh, what's over there?
You'll find out in Crimson Paths. Do, 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 do. But yeah, like
Wait, that's a title of the series?
um that's the title of the original one. It's in
Crimson Path?
yeah, in the origin ones, it's the origins comic. It's going to be called Crimson Paths, and it's a collab between me and my IRL friend, and we both have worked on it for a while. And it's the origin. My current series takes place in the same world, and Crimson Path kind of takes place a lot earlier in time around the origins of it, and eventually it'll kind of break off into like the first group that kind of settled there, but that's all like prelude stuff. We're focusing on the Morn
Yeah.
Belts and just where I picked to start it with the kingdoms, and it's like kind of focused on just what their problems are and how that goes, and it just kind of collects a few characters from from multiple perspectives, and like I said earlier, focuses on that, just the different perspectives, and then how that goes from there. And then a climax happens, and then and even at the end of the arc, though, things are not going to be full. Like the thing is, I suck at making happy endings because I'm like, there's a happy ending. You can never, if there's a happy ending, then you can't continue because what's the point? They're happy now. There's never truly a happy ending. That's technically impossible because something will always happen. That's me.
Yeah, I completely get that. That's interesting, though.
I'm a bit pessimistic too, so maybe that's just how I am. But like, you can't. It's kind of hard to continue something if it's perfectly all happy. Like, then why are you continuing it? They're happy,
Maybe just not happy endings. We have stable endings.
Yeah, it gets.
I don't know.
I'll just say that arc 1, there's the Eye of the Storm. That's all you get.
What? I heard you right, but huh.
Next question, please.
Have you figured out your series title since we last talked?
Well, arc 1
I think that's it.
is called Arc 1 is called Crystal Clear.
Crystal Clear. Ah, I love that.
That's the arc 1. The series as a total, nada. You see, because originally it was called Eclipsed Light, like my username, but then I decided that fits more for the Arc 2, so that's Arc 2's name, and I'm probably going to eventually have to change my username because that's still going to be Eclipse something. It's just, I just didn't think before I didn't think before making my series my username the same name as my series. I didn't think about how that might be a bit confusing. Whoopsie. Worst comes to worst, I just shorten it to Eclipse if I can't think of anything. But I mean, whatever. I'll keep the X's. The X's are
already a cool name. The
yeah.
X's are fancy.
Yeah, I don't know. I always like them. They're just fun, and it just kind of gives it like
fun.
Yeah, and I'm probably for arc 2, like there is pretty much symbolism for the names too, but I'm not gonna talk about it because that's spoilers.
Well, as long as the series is guaranteed to come out, I don't mind you not giving me spoilers.
Oh no, I'm definitely planning on making it a thing. I'm just figuring out what style I want to do for it because I'm considering it because like when making a series and considering the media I want it in, you got to figure out what you're capable of doing and if you have enough time because like it's a big thing. Like one of the things I would recommend before starting a series, like if you want to animate, make sure you have the time to do that and make sure you're able to animate something long. Like you gotta try dip your hand into it and make something short, do like something with lip syncing, practice, and think about your schedule, think about the commitment you're making because it's a big commitment, especially once you get other people involved to help you with your project. Yeah, like voice actors. Yeah, like you can't, and then also don't start more than like maybe 2 at most, at least maybe, but don't give yourself a billion series because like the thing is if you give like if you have like a billion series running at once and they're all like animated series or they're just all things that are like, oh, if you do too much at once, as hard as it is to hold back, it's sometimes good to like think about what you want to do first because if you do too many series at once, I've seen projects where the creators will have a lot of them at once and they get overwhelmed and cancel it because it was too much work. You really got to think about what you're willing, how much are you willing to commit and how much time and energy will it take to do each thing because like say running 2 fully animated series at once, like if you don't think you're capable of that, don't do it. Just you gotta really think of your capabilities.
Yeah, you gotta dip your toes in the pond before jumping in, you know?
Yeah,
Or else you're
because
gonna go into a swarm of crocodiles.
yeah,
Hey, you'll get toes bitten off, but it's better than not dying. It's better
yeah.
than dying. Oh my gosh,
Oh, better than no, oh no, oh no, yeah, because I'm just canceling. Seeing projects get canceled because a creator gets too overwhelmed or something, it's just saddening to see. Like, because like some creators are really passionate, but they just go too far in, and then they just get overwhelmed, and they're like, "Oh God, I can't do this," and then they just kind of throw it out, and it's sad
yeah.
because all of it is kind of down the drain, and then all the
I
people
wouldn't
who are helping kind of have to disperse, and it's just kind of sad.
Yeah, I wouldn't even recommend having more than one series like in check. At least in the like YouTube as a YouTube original anime series, have probably just one and then work on a comic or something.
Yeah,
Like
like a comic's
disperse your
fine.
stories throughout different mediums.
Yeah,
It's a
like
lot to go into, and it's always unfortunate when something is canceled.
yeah. Like mine, I'm thinking about the animation. I'm thinking about it. I'm considering ideas I could do it, and I'm probably gonna like make a short or two first and practice my skills before I get into it, because if I do it animated, it's probably not going to be the like highest frame rate ever. It's probably going to be like a bit choppy, and then maybe just more animation at more important points. Something like that, or it'll be PMV, because I don't want to overwhelm myself and take 50 years trying to finish it until I lose motivation or something.
Mhm.
Because I know myself, and I know that I know if I overwhelm myself, I'll give up. I'm
Mhm.
I'm just experimenting right now, and that's why it's not
Okay.
out in any medium yet. Because, well, partly because I'm still filling in some of the stuff, and I still am like, yeah, I'm still filling in story, plot, and ideas, and then I gotta write an outline and then episodes and stuff. Stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Offsin picture style series. Oh my gosh, imagine if I was doing 6 series in my head all at once. I'd perish. I don't know how
Yeah,
anyone does that.
and any like
Already enough
here's the thing,
anxiety.
like any media you do it in is legitimate. If it's just a comic, fine, people will still read and love it. If you just want to do
Yeah.
if you want a comic and still have it voice acted, you can just have it dubbed. Like A Tall Tale, made by Cat Warrior, is like, it's just a comic, but it's dubbed and edited together in a video. That's legitimate.
Yeah, and it
It's
works.
still, as long as it
Yeah.
tells the story. Writing a book, that's still telling the story. Doing a
Yeah.
doing pictures, legitimate. Sometimes even doing illustrations with like basic descriptions. As long as it tells the story, that's all you need sometimes. Do what
Yeah, I feel like a story is more important than
Yeah,
the art medium it's being told through, because
yeah,
stories
yeah,
hit hard.
yeah. Do what's right. Do what you feel most comfortable with. Just as long
Mhm.
as you have the passion and you love your story and you want to tell it, it doesn't matter what medium you use. It still matters, and you can still tell a story, even if it's just telling a few friends. That you don't
Yeah.
need to like try to make this big giant series with like full animation and shading and craziness if that's not, just because you feel like it's illegitimate. If you want to do it and you have the passion and you are willing to work, then do what you feel is right for you. That's what I would say.
Mhm.
Sorry for getting.
There's a few No, 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 no! I love it. I love it so much. I love seeing sides of people I usually wouldn't see.
I
No,
am
for no reason
capable of
whatsoever.
being
Okay. I'm capable of expressing a few brain cells. Being a bit coherent.
same.
There's one more thing I want to talk about, or at least like 2 more things I want to talk about before we hop onto the questions. First one
Okay.
being, if we can talk about it, is implementing real life into stories. Now, can I say that? Can I say the VA thing?
The VA thing?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Hey, I'm a voice actor for a closest series.
Oh yeah, sure.
That thing.
You know what? Sure, because
Uh,
you see the character you're voicing, Christelle. She's one of the main characters of Arc 2, though. But yeah, she's one of the
oh,
main characters. So she's not gonna disappear. And now that my series is announced, I am fine with talking about you. for now, you're the only one I've casted. I'm still listening, and for now, I'm gonna stick to people I've kind of know are reliable. And
Mm-hmm.
if like none of the voices fit, then eventually, like when it's out, if I still haven't found voices for characters that fit, I'll just make a casting call then. I'm just for now kind of trying to make sure I have some like I don't just do it because like, oh, you're my friend, so you have no like genuinely
Yeah, I have to be really careful with that too.
and your audition, I really liked your audition for the character. So suck it, you're part of this
Thank you.
now. I own your soul.
Ah! This is fine. This is what I live for. Well, I am honored. Is this podcast like the official announcement that it's kind of out now?
Yeah, it's a thing. I'm gonna make it, and this is the announcement that I have a series, and I'm gonna be making it, and that's
Oh
a
my
commitment
god.
I'm willing to make.
I'm witnessing history in the making.
Sorry for the advertisement on your podcast.
This is literally about you and your series. There is nothing to apologize for.
So yeah, that's
You're good. You're
there.
very good.
The picture of the character you're voicing. That's Christelle.
Ah, yes, this.
I could probably send you like I'm making a ref soon, so if you want to like make a little badge for her since you like making the badges, I can send something there. Just a quick little thing.
Yeah. I haven't made one for 2021 yet. It's kind of low on my priority list, unfortunately, but yeah, I'd love to, please.
Yeah, it's fine. But yeah, my series exists, and I decided that I'm willing to make the commitment to it. I'm just working out the technicalities first.
Yeah, you could start. It's completely okay starting slow. Like me, like I have a server for the Dream Warrior, but not all of you guys are in it yet because it's just like very close friends.
Like
it's baby steps. Like it's not fully out there yet. That like I'm announcing it to the world, and if it gets canceled, a lot of people will know. But if it gets canceled, only a few friends will know. So I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm not making a server yet or anything. Like I definitely know I want to continue it, and I'm ready to make the commitment. I'm just like still working on some story bits that I messed up in the original draft of the story.
Yeah.
I just haven't made a server because I'm too lazy to make the server right. I mean,
what?
I just
didn't say anything. What?
Yeah, I totally didn't say anything. Is anything else you wanted to ask?
No, I mean, I was gonna do implementing real life into stories, but I feel like we touched on that a bit anyway, because event OCs and stuff like that.
Yeah, like, I guess otherwise, like, real life, no, just a lot of the characters have, like, basically the main characters, really. They're the ones that kind of just have bits and pieces of, whether it be my young personality or my current personality, they're kind of, like, a lot of them are pieces of me. And all those, like, hurt to like see those pieces again. It still works, and since I've personally been like that, I know how to write that. Since that I felt like that before, and I know how it feels. I can write what I know, especially.
That's I mean, I think every writer should do that because every character is a piece of you. And like you implement different traits and problems and personalities into these characters, and then they become part of you. That's like it feels real, even though it isn't.
And they feel
your
like
brain
their
can't
own.
Differentiate between. Yeah, your brain can't differentiate between like fake people, and I'm not meaning like, hey, you're fake, not like like fake, like people that don't actually exist or characters that don't actually exist. Like you can't meet up with them, that type of fake. But then and then real people, your brain can't differentiate the empathy between those types of like it can't differentiate between those realities. So that's what makes it, I think, special because I don't know, you're just it all feels real, and stories are just imaginations come to life, you know?
Yeah, especially the twist one.
I love quotes.
You can't.
Wait, the what?
Here's a legitimate rule. If you're making a story, you can't be sane.
Oh gosh, the Dream Warrior has made me insane so many times.
Well, yeah, your story will take your sanity, so if you want to save your sanity.
Just recently I found, like, I posted Pines, like, it's so hard. Also, it's so hard covering stuff because I posted Pines, both of Pines refs today. No, I changed one today, and then I posted the other one today. And there's a detail within there that, like, oh, if I show this, it's gonna be such a big spoiler to the quote unquote plot reveal. So I did a last minute way of trying to hide it, and now it's opened up a vortex eclipse. Vortex. It's opened up a vortex. It's opened up the vortex of possibilities of what, and I have an idea of what to do, and it involves a lot of pain, but
Yay!
No pain, no gain.
Yeah.
That's what story is. Let's get on to the questions now. We have 13, if that's okay with you.
That's completely fine with me. I have no life, so.
Question number 1. Venfae asked, "Hey Eclipse, what got you into voice acting? How many roles have you landed thus far, and which is your favorite? I would ask about your series, but you and I both know why I don't have any questions there. I want in."
Yeah. Well, Ben's helping me with advice a bit because, like, he created the dias and, like, he created the dias, like, quick. I'm like, I need that, please. Please.
Yeah, we're like the series supporters. That's our group chat name. We're like a trio of just.
Yeah, and you're helping
Ben's
me.
the leader because he has a series out.
Yeah, we all help each other. We're the series supporters. Dun 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 dun.
Yay! Dun, 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 dun.
So voice.
Oh my gosh, the question.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have yet to talk about this. We've avoided this all throughout this podcast now.
Questions? Ew! Disgusting! How dare you ask me questions? How dare you invite me to a podcast? No, I'm honored to be a part of it.
How dare I like you and be interested in you and want you to talk. Blah. Why are we like this?
Graceful. Why is anyone like
how they are? You inspired my hatred for compliments, you know?
Oh
no! I'm like semi-kidding.
That's only semi-kidding, though. No. Oh
no. I just love messing with you.
Don't be like
me.
I've
always hated compliments, but you inspire me to express that hatred in creative ways.
Creative way. Oh no. Don't mind me laughing like an insane person.
I'm not mimicking your laughter. Oh my god, I just realized how that may come off as mean. I'm sorry.
Oh no, it's fine. Like, mimic me all you want. No, that's fine. I'm just goofing off. I'm not a very serious person. If I'm upset, you'll know I'm upset.
Oh, okay. Right. So what got you into voice acting? Because, oh my god. Let's actually answer Ven's question.
Poor Ven is just like, shut up and answer the damn questions. What the hell? Off-track person ever. Ugh.
Oh, it's like this all the time.
So voice acting. Well, ever since I was little, I actually always kind of like mimicking voices. Like when I'd watch TV series and stuff, if I will rewatch certain episodes enough, I'd start speaking along with the characters, or I'd just mimic their voices if I liked them a lot, and I would just kind of goof off of that. But it wasn't serious. It wasn't serious at the time. And when I started doing art and making comics, I was like, so I would voice the characters before writing the dialogue. I'd make it up on the spot and then shove it on there.
And let's answer Ben's second part of these questions before we move on to the second, because oh my gosh, we've stalled on this answer long enough.
Well, actually, I want to continue the first part of it because, like, I think I only mentioned like what my childhood. But yeah, continuing on, I just kind of like I would always voice my own characters to kind of come up with dialogue and improvise it because I didn't think things through. I just literally threw things in and was like, that's good enough, and continued with it. And then, like, So what got me to go into the actual community? For a long time, I wasn't able to. I actually really wanted to, like, a long time years ago, but I wasn't allowed to have social media for multiple reasons I don't really want to get into because it's really personal to my parents and I don't want to like spew their crap all over the internet, but just for reasons
Mm-hmm.
they didn't really want me on the internet. Part of it being when I was younger, I was kind of idiot, and if I had gone on the internet and had accounts, I probably would have caused a bunch of stupid dramas and ruined my reputation anyway. So it's probably good that I wasn't on the internet.
I mean, silver lining to everything, you know.
Yeah. So, and once the pandemic started, I kind of just like I have literally nothing to do, and my mom, and like a month before I turned 18, my mom was like, you know what, here, because we're in a pandemic, you can have your social media a month early. I was like, yeah, and instantly just kind of made
Whoa.
accounts and was like, and then just started go. I just spammed the keyboard and was like, casting calls open. And so I guess moving into the second part, the first thing I found was a tall tale,
Oh,
which is
tail.
made by Ye Tall Tale, which is
I
made
can't.
by yeah.
That
Wait,
warrior something.
Cat
Oh
Warrior
gosh, we have
7,
to pull it up.
yeah, Cat Warrior 77. Another
Oh.
another advertisement. There you go. Because yeah, I really like the designs and I like the premise for a tall tale. And I the thing is so the thing that gets me interested in auditioning for series is like first, like if I like the premise. Don't audition for something you don't care about because then you're not it'll show in your voice acting because if you don't care about the series you're voicing for, you're not going to give emotion to the character well enough and it's just going to be sad. No,
Mm-hmm.
I only audition for things that like I'm interested in.
Yeah.
And also, if I see that the creator has passion, like, are they interested in this project enough? Like, is this just something they're casually doing because just whatever, they have nothing else to do? Like, no. Like, I like seeing creators who really want this, they really want their story to be brought to life and they just need just that bit of helping to bring the characters into that life and just being able to help like support that just by with my voice. I feel like it's not enough sometimes, but if I can just like support just a little bit to help that story blossom into something and help them out, that makes me happy. And if I like the story especially, I can just put that emotion I feel and just bring that into the effort and quality and really bring something special to it. That's what I try to do at least.
That's so
Like the first
pure.
thing I mean, I do it for fun mainly. Like, if I do find a paid thing, maybe once or twice, I'm not gonna turn that down. Like, if I like it, still like, even if it's paid, I probably won't like. If I don't like it, even if it's paid for, I probably won't take it because I don't want to get paid for something I didn't put effort into. That would just
Oh
make me
yeah.
feel scummy. Because like, I hate seeing things where like you could tell they only did it for the money. Like say like you know
Yeah.
all those movies and all those games where they just take celebrities for their names they can advertise it and get people who like the celebrities in. Half the time, like they're so emotionless and they just don't care. They're just doing it for the money, and it takes away from the experience.
Oh
And
yeah.
really, kind of like because stories are experiences. You want to have fun. You want to get riveted. You really want to get into it. That's what makes a good story. Because, yes, everything has flaws. That's how life is. Nothing is perfect. You cannot make the perfect story. That is impossible. You can get close, but it's impossible. Realistically, no, perfection does not exist. Whether like I'm not just trying to diss on anyone's views. If there's something you find perfect, then good for you, you know? Just I personally believe like perfection doesn't exist. There will always be flaws, but you know, the flaws don't matter if you have a good time. Like there have really been some things I've seen that like yeah, they had their flaws, they had their issues, they had their plot holes. It wasn't perfect, but I just loved it and it made me feel something and I learned something. And that's what matters in the end. Like yeah, sure, your audience will nitpick you for every little thing, like, oh, you got a frame wrong, you forgot to color a frame or something. And nitpicking, I guess, great if you want to take apart a story piece by piece to analyze every little thing wrong with it, sure, I guess. But like, just I think sometimes you just need to kind of take a step back and look at the big picture and just just think about it through the emotions it makes you feel. Like if you're riveted and interested, does it really matter that maybe like this one bit of line art wasn't completed, or maybe one character wasn't the most interesting as like a background character or something, So
Yeah.
like
No, 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 no. I love that. I love when you guys just kind of what I notice is when I'm recording these episodes is that you guys when you guys drift off like that, it's so I don't know, there's something kind of whimsical and magical about it. I know that's probably an exaggeration, but
well, voice acting is like I am quite passionate about voice acting and storytelling, and there's just a few things I've just picked up over my life that really like when you really think about it, some things just gotta think about what really matters in the end. And with voice acting, for me, what matters is like if I'm gonna enjoy the experience enough to make it an enjoyable experience for others, then yeah, I'll take part in it. And finally answering the question. Sorry there, Ben. So it was the first thing I ever auditioned for. It was the first thing I ever really tried for. Time to skip what the role I got there was. So I ended up. So B is my first role that I got. B is the main character because I know Silver was.
yeah,
Anyway,
yeah,
Silver.
yeah, 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 yeah.
And I was
It
very
was her first ever time she auditioned for something and she got the main character. Is that amazing?
I don't know why. I was in my backyard at night while it was raining when I auditioned.
What?
People
That's
kept interrupting.
dedication.
Well, because you see, at the time, I was embarrassed of my parents hearing it. So I was like, I'm going to be all
Oh,
secret.
now you don't care.
Yeah, I just gave up. I was like, you know what?
And now you scream, I have the power
Yeah.
of God and anime on my side
Oh,
without
yeah, I did.
regrets. That is amazing character development. I love that so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, I've just kind of been like, you know what? This is my passion. If they think it's weird, that's on them. I'm gonna do what I want. And
And
it turns
that's a
out
great way
they,
to think.
yeah, it turns out they support it as long as I don't scream when my baby sister's asleep. So that's all.
Reasonable.
And
Little price to
yeah,
pay for salvation.
yeah. So I get to now just chill on my bed and record with it, or chill in a chair instead of being in a freezing car. Oh god, but yeah.
We still
Uh,
haven't answered this question.
I know. I told you I ramble a lot. I told you. I
It's
warned
okay.
you. So yeah, B was the first character I got. I was actually, I guess, one else I was actually like working towards Squirrel because I just really liked her personality and her punning and stuff. But like, I'm happy got the. I'm happy got have like honestly, like even if I'm going for a character and I'm really going for it, if someone else gets it and just fits the voice better, I'm still happy about it.
Yeah,
Like
I'm not
I know
mad.
it's frustrating when you really try for a character and you don't get it. It hurts a bit, I know, but the thing is you got to think about it, it's not your series, the creator is the one who knows these characters in and out. The creator has their own vision, and in the end, it's the creator's choice to see who fits most for the character. Like, sure, maybe you could be the best voice, like, and the creator also just has their own idea of what they want. Like, and like, sure, maybe you're like this professional voice actor of a billion subs or something, but like, if they find someone else who maybe isn't like he's a bit amateur, but like their voice really fits and they really care, like in the end, that's their choice to make. It's not yours. Yes, you're auditioning and volunteering your voice, but like the creator isn't obligated to pick you just because, if
Yeah.
they find someone like that fits, good on that, you know? And so then that's the mindset I try to have. Like, yeah, I'll go for a certain character if I like kind of if I really like it. But in the end, I'll still try equally hard on all of my auditions. And if someone else
Yeah,
gets the character I really wanted, if it fits well, and I'll be like, yeah. And Happy did such a great job. Like I
exactly.
love
That character.
like yeah, I listened to the casting call and I was like, oh, it's so good. And then right after I was like, wait, and I saw my name next to B and I was like, ah! You were
Learning.
there. You were there during that casting
Yeah,
call, and I was just
I was
spazzing
no.
out. I was, you're so that's cool too. Like we're both in, I think we're both in a lot of the same projects.
Yeah, learning to be happy for other people's accomplishments is, I think,
Yeah,
accomplishment within itself. Because I'm just as happy to see a friend get the role that maybe
yeah,
I wanted to, but they got it anyways. I am just as happy to see them be in
yeah.
it, to be that role that if our names were to be swapped. And originally when I started voice acting, it wasn't necessarily like that. I was actually kind of a bit upset and a bit jealous actually. And to this day
That's
I'm
fair.
to this day I have to admit I'm still jealous. Like when
Yeah,
other
like
people but other people have been in the business more than me. So I mean, you gotta
yeah.
you
Oh
kinda
no,
have to
it's not
take
like
what you
I
can
don't.
get.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it's not that I don't feel jealousy. Yes, I do feel some envy, but in the end, it's just like, it's just one character. There's always going to be more auditions and casting calls and series out there, and if you don't get one role or you don't get a few roles and you just have to practice and try more, that's just how it is sometimes, You can't get everything in
Yeah.
life and you can put the most effort into something and sometimes you don't get it, and I think that's humbling. Like honestly, you don't need to be as self-deprecative as me. Like it's not good
I
to be
mean,
like, don't self-deprecate like
don't
me.
be us
i'm not a
kids.
good I'm not a good example of that. But
Yeah.
just
And
like,
that's why I amp you or try to at least. By
yeah.
complimenting you, like right now, you're an amazing VA Eclipse and accept it. Case in point proven.
But yeah, like it's good. I do appreciate compliments. I get embarrassed very easily, and the self-deprecation is just me trying to calm myself down and not let it get to my head. So that's the thing. You also can't just get too egotistical and like, oh, I'm better than all these chumps. I
Oh yeah.
deserve the role. No one
That's how
likes
I
that
thought.
person.
I'm so ashamed to say that. That's how I kind of thought though when
Aw.
I was first starting to be it, because I got the first ever I got the first ever role that I auditioned for. I got that
Oh, that's
part.
great.
So that was a big ego. That was a big ego trip for me. So I was like, yeah, I'd get upset and saying like, oh, I voiced that character better. But then, like you said already, that like everyone has like the own creators have a different vision for those characters, and it's not you.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just, yeah, I don't have to repeat the points that Eclipse said much better than me, but
Well,
it's, I don't know. As you go down the line, you start to appreciate what you have more, and that could just apply to anything more than voice acting, if I'm being honest. But
yeah.
I don't know. It's just, yeah, it's a journey.
Yeah, it's like a journey in your own right. And
And
it's not, and the fact that you like admitted that, hey, you're a bit egotistical, that's self-awareness. And that's good. It's good to be self-aware. And yeah, it's embarrassing to admit and think about that, but the fact that you're able to admit that and grow and move on and mature beyond that, that's honorable. That really is.
yeah,
So don't
I
be too
think that
embarrassed. Like we all, I think, had a moment that we're not too proud of ourselves for being such a way.
yeah,
We can
and
recognize what we
I
did
wouldn't.
and move on. That's good. There
Yeah.
you go. You can go.
Yeah, and I didn't
Sorry.
express that egotisticalness either. Like I went like, that took some real guts to express that ego, but I think the more I got into the community, the more I that ego sort of died down because I started getting happier for
Yeah.
the people that I knew that got roles. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Like
And I think
so
a part.
word of advice maybe to if you want to be less egotistical, find the people.
Yeah, like
I don't know.
because when you think of everyone else as just like the other auditioners, the competition, like you dehumanize them and you forget that they're just people like you. But when you get into the communities and you interact, and that's important when thinking about like auditioning for a series. Because if there's already community and you join it and you know you have a good time, there's people you like there, it really helps you to remember that these are people too. That they're just people trying
Mm-hmm.
that who have the same passion as you and same interest. And if it's a good, fun community, that just makes it better and can help you get even more into the series. Like being in a cast where at least most of you can be friends and be friendly with each other and cooperate, it's a special thing.
Yeah.
That's a really great thing. Just being in a
Oh
toxic
gosh, no.
environment, yeah, don't stick with it. Don't like getting a role is nice, but if that role is with people who are only gonna hurt you, then I'd suggest getting out of it. I know it sucks to think about like I just got the role. I tried so hard. Why can't I keep this? Like, yeah, it sucks. But sometimes like you got to think of your own mental health too. You're a person. You're not just the voice being used for a
Yeah.
character.
Know
You're a
your worth.
person. Yeah. And if a creator is just taking advantage of that and being like, well, you're just a voice actor or whatever, or just like not caring about your needs too and just pushing you too hard, then sometimes you just need to know when to be like, I've had enough. If you're not going to
Mm-hmm.
respect me, I'm done. Because there needs to be
Yeah.
respect all around. It's not a one way thing. You all need to have trust and respect in each other. That's very
Yeah.
important having a team. When having a whole team, if you don't trust each other and you don't have any respect for one another, then that's when things start going downhill really fast, and that's when a series gets canceled anyway, because everyone will ditch the project.
Yeah, and the VA community is one of the largest, but also some of the smallest communities I've ever seen. Like, I'm in so many casts where I know at least 3 to 2 to 4 people on it. Like, even as acquaintances or who I would call my friends. Like, we're like all over the place, but like not.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
small world.
We still haven't answered Ven's part.
I'm sorry, I put that. So the next thing I auditioned for was the Diaz, made by the wonderful Venfae, and the Diaz prologue actually came out a few days ago. So I would really recommend
Yes,
watching.
yes,
Wink,
yes.
wink.
Dream.
Give Ven some compliments.
Nudge, nudge.
Give it some love and support because he was really
Yes,
brave to get that out since it's very personal to
yes,
him and it means a lot to him and I know it mean a lot just to just go over there and give it a little watch, just give it a chance. You
yes.
don't have I'm not forcing you, like if you're not interested, don't force yourself, but it never hurts to
No,
give a
like it or
try.
die.
Give us
Eclipse and
your
I are just two
souls.
opposites. Eclipse are just two opposites of spectrum. She's like, give it a try at least. Like, at least watch it. And then I'm like, watch the Diaz prologue or die.
I'm
Like it or die.
don't watch it.
We're gonna, we're gonna start throwing fists.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab my bonk hammer and bonk.
Yes. Speaking of bonk hammer, Sage, is that the next role you got? Did you just
Yeah,
audition for the Dias? Or did you
I
audition for anything in between Telltale and the Dias?
um, not really. Like I kind of like
No?
no. Like the thing is, like I said, I get a bit picky with the series, and if like I'm not
Oh,
interested,
yeah.
I won't audition for it. So a lot. I haven't actually like auditioned for like a lot yet, and like though recently of casting calls, a lot of good ones have been coming up, and even ones that already like have a few episodes that just need some extras. And I'll have been watching the series. I'll be like, you know what, this is great. Yeah, I definitely love to try to be an extra, and
Mhm.
yeah, stuff like that. The Diaz was the second thing I auditioned for, and I think for that one I was actually going for Sarah, who the lovely
What?
Silver Emblem voices. Yeah, I
Ah,
was
ah.
trying to go for yeah, the ad compliment Silver because she voices Sarah and is great at it. I love the unique, breathy,
That's
and happy tone she gave the character, and it's just so well done. And
up to
I love
speculation.
it's not speculation because the prologue is out, so you can hear her lovely banana cake eating voice.
Oh, kill me.
I'm spilling all your secrets. You don't get to.
But then
If you're
y'all,
gonna-
I will force you all to eat banana cake because we're all gonna have to eventually talk with our mouths full.
Yeah, I mean, I love banana cake. That would be nice. So yeah,
Wow.
but I was going for Sarah, and I got Sage, who at first I didn't really care about because she was the last audition I made, and I was recording in my car at like 11 p.m. freezing
Oh my
cold
god.
in like freaking winter, and I was so cold. I was just like, I'm gonna throw this one in last minute and be done with it. And I was just done, and that apparently worked. And Mom
Wow,
was like, "Yep,
that's so
you're
unbelievable.
Sage." And
Oh my
I,
gosh.
and I also, and then I was like, "Oh, cool. So, wait, well, who is Sage?" Because I like barely read the script. I'm gonna be like, "You're fired. You didn't even read the damn."
It was meant to be then.
Meant to be then. But yeah, and then I also auditioned for the art team and got in, but like, I mean, like Silver's art is way better than mine, and like all the other art team.
No,
They did a really good job.
no,
If you watch the prologue, you'll see all the art they did, and I just loved each and every piece. And like my favorite one is this one Silver made, where like Micah and Solomon are just looking up, and there's just the rain, and the perspective is so good. It's so good. And it's kind of sad it only lasts like a few seconds, but you can like look at it longer if you pause, and it's just so great. I love it, and the bird's eye view just makes it better.
No, shut up.
Welcome
You're,
to the Complimenting Silver podcast.
No. Your art is better. You portrayed Heston's aftermath of his breakdown scene beautifully.
Oh,
you know
yes,
what?
I portrayed karma. I mean, karma. I portrayed trauma. Good skill.
It was good expressions. You're good at expressions. Yes.
You're
Now
great
shut
at
up and take the
expressions.
compliment.
That recent like map part you made is amazing with the expressions. They're just so clear and so good, and I loved it. It's so good. And just your tuning and your animating and your backgrounds and your coloring and your shading and your
same for your coloring, your line art, your shading, background, your sketches. I get your sketches. I don't even see your sketches, but I know they're great. That's how great of an artist you are. No, shut up and take the compliment.
Oh wait, should I be doing a demo of the voices I made? Whoopsie, I forgot that.
I mean, you can. We spent 30 fucking minutes on this question.
Oh, wait, let me just quickly like find. Well, I guess like B's voice just kind of. I'm trying to. Sorry, I'm taking a bit to remember. Like B's voice is kind of just like she's kind of just has a slightly higher voice than my own, and it's just a bit awkward. Just like with the like. Yeah, like this, just like hi, I'm B, and yeah, it's just lighter tone, softer, just with like a voice cracks scattered throughout, and yeah, she's just kind of a bean. B is a bee, and then Sage on the Sage just kind of has this dead inside voice where she just is done with everyone and everything. Slightly melodic, just slightly, to sound a bit more mature, and she just kind of has a bit of a deeper tone. So, Solomon, how and why do you... I don't remember the line. It's been a while. Sorry.
And then there's
yeah,
Sarah.
Like that. Sarah's
Wait, I need to actually get the voice. There's always like a sentence I say that helps me get into the voice, and it's usually something from an audition, and I feel bad to hear such things happen, especially you, since you don't deserve it, or something like that. And then there's Sarah. Hi.
Hi.
And we're besties.
Yeah. Sage and Sarah have very like nice friendship. Don't ship them or I will strangle you. We'll come for
Don't
you
ship
if you
them.
try.
We just only
Please
create the only fanfiction I've ever made for the dais. It's not cursed fanfiction. Well, actually, is
Well, I
Sir
don't.
Daisei thing a cursed fanfiction? Like
I don't
cursed in a
know.
different way.
In a very emotionally sad way, but I don't think we can I don't
Yeah,
know. We shouldn't say it. I think Ven's gonna post it anywhere or whatever. So.
I talked about it a bit with Ven, and I actually said that as stupid as it sounds, I feel like we've bonded over that.
Like a special little thing. It was nice. We
Yeah.
made two characters miserable. Well, yeah, because you
We're
posted
good
the
friends
fanfic
now,
in
I
my
think.
first. Yeah, I see you as a friend. Yeah, you posted the fanfic in my
Yay.
first. My first thought was, okay, we need to dub this now, and I just threw into your DMs. Well, we're voicing this now. I know you wanted to anyway. So.
I kind of did. But it's
Yeah.
just me suffering and dying, but it's not canon.
And just me miserable about it and sad. I'm sure
Yeah.
Ren will post it, or you could just go to his server to find it. There's a Diaz server. It would be really nice to add more to the community. Wink, wink. And to Cat
Nudge,
server too.
nudge.
Yeah, just a lot of them have servers. So
Yeah.
join in, please. Third thing I auditioned
Wait,
for.
so
There were, I think, one or two things between that and the third role I got that I auditioned for. I think that just didn't. Yeah, I just didn't get casted in or got canceled. Just like a few little things.
no.
Weren't anything crazy. I mean, like, yes, just like most of them just got canceled, so that was fun. Or had too much drama going on. It got to the point where, it was like, yeah, you know what? I'm not going to deal with that. I don't. If you're already starting before the series started, I'm not going to be a part of that. Goodbye.
So B versus Sage, who's better? Battle of the your roles, your two roles.
Well, let me wait until I compare. I only have like six. There's only six. Well, technically five since one's an understudy. But yeah, like the third one I got is just. What was her name? It's in this. So it's in this one called Danganronpa Despair Takeover. I'm not as active in this one, so I don't know. And yeah, I saw I usually only really like kind of pay attention to animal stuff. I don't know why. I just like animals a lot. And
human.
I saw Dangan. Oh no! I'm interested in the Dream Warriors. I'm interested. So.
Yeah, I don't know why I made my series humans. I really just sabotaged myself. I'm upset.
It's too late now. There you get too late now. You've already worked on the humans. Good luck trying to change it back to animal. Abandon humanity. Return to monkey.
Why? Whatever, we're not here to talk about the meme.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, and Danganronpa Despair. I got Amiko Hubera, and I'm actually still working on the voice. I'm really embarrassed with the way I did the audition. I think literally, like, I don't want to do it because I'm still working on it, and I'm embarrassed by it right now because I suck at it, and I don't know how I got cast.
No, you probably don't suck at it.
She has this, like, annoying tsundere personality. Like, don't mess with me. Like, baka.
Like, that's her voice. That's the voice right there.
Baka. You have such a great voice range. I love it so much. Like, just in those 3 roles, you're able to demonstrate such a range, and I'm so impressed and proud.
You have a good range.
I'm proud of you, Eclipse. Take it. I'm like younger than you by a few years, but I'm proud of you, like a mama. I raised you well, my daughter.
Well, I look up to you anyway, so age doesn't matter. You're still more experienced than me in that, so you know what?
Oh, heck no.
Take it! Take the inspiration!
No, I don't grasp that people can be inspired by me. That just doesn't wrap around my head.
I was inspired by most when I got into the community, so you don't screw you.
What? How? I
love pajamas. Pajamas are comfy. Your point. Yeah. Right.
Thank you. I didn't know that. I don't know why though. That's weird. I don't know what I did, but
Just be a good person
Thank
that
you.
I like and I'm inspired by your coolness.
Thank you. I'm gonna cry.
No, don't cry. No. Don't cry. Poor Ven's like my
It's too
touch.
early.
Too.
Oh my.
So
Let's just speed run these 12
yeah.
other questions.
Oh god, wait. So the next girl I got is Orion from Horoscopics. Orion has just a really wavery, nervous voice. Just like they have a very wavery, nervous voice. Kind of a more of like, I guess, a side character. And then I have understudy and Amity, and I sadly don't remember my Amity voice for Blood Moon because I haven't really practiced it since I'm just understudy for the character. I haven't really gotten it.
I saw your name.
And I saw your name.
Yeah, I sound so different from everyone else. I don't know. I feel like I don't belong in that cast. Like everyone, I feel like has a similar.
You do.
Like
You
voice
belong.
inflection, and then there's me.
You matter. You're worth it. So take that.
So do you. So take
Congrats for being Thalia.
that. Thalia? I don't know.
I can't
Thalia.
pronounce that.
Either.
So those are all the roles I've got. My favorite.
Sage. End of story. Moving on.
Oh wait, I forgot that I'm igneous too. I forgot I was igneous too. Yeah, recently.
Oh no.
Tranquil, god damn it, man. I managed to escape it for a while, but Tranquil just slid over and just took my soul while I wasn't looking, and now I'm igneous.
Slid into your DMs.
And igneous, she has more of a dignified and higher pitched voice, but as you see more of her real personality, her tone gets a bit deeper and more done with you and more tired of listening to you being an idiot. But that's all. But, she's a good person, so she's a good person, so she would never do that. She cares about all of you and loves all of you and just wants the best for you.
I love Igneous so much. And now it's better because of you.
No! So
you added that whole voice inflection thing on yourself, and Tranquil thought it was a good idea, and I think it's amazing. That's a great idea. So you made her character better. Take it.
So my favorite one is definitely Sage. Yeah, it's Sage because I just connect to her a lot. I'm not
done
gonna
with life personality.
Like I vibe with that, and just can't wait for her to have more lines, especially with Sarah.
All right. Oh my gosh, can we move on to the next question?
Yeah, let's go.
I'm not mad. It's just it's been an hour and 30 minutes, and
I told you, I warned you of this. I was like, hey, this is gonna be like 50 hours if you do this.
I don't regret having you here one single bit.
I regret ruining your life with my voice.
You didn't ruin my life. You only made it better. I was about to say I'm kidding, but I'm keeping that compliment.
Next question before you torture me with more compliments.
Okay, I'm okay with that. Happy asks, what got you started on your art journey? You answered this. It's Warrior Cuz. I'll let you speak for yourself.
just like as I already mentioned, I started Warrior Cats in like 5th grade. I accidentally read Fire and Ice before the first book. Whoopsie. Yeah, I was very confused. And I liked drawing it. I had cats. I already liked cats, and just one of my artist friends was like, "Hey, you can do art. Art exists." And I was like, went on the internet and then just started copying styles and then tracing them on my screen like a genius. Some of my old art is so cringy. But yeah, that's what got me into art, just warrior cats.
I mean, everyone starts somewhere. I think my art is cringy, like, from back then. Probably still never.
I mean, you've improved a lot since then, so.
Yeah, and so have you. So, ha. Question number 3 from my friend Reject a Suggestion. Not a question, but you guys should play the radio host game and give Eclipse the prompt of selling us her series. Yeah, if not, what type of inspirations have you drawn on for your series? World building, characters, etc.
So, as I mentioned, like, Telia definitely, Strong Hearts Are Mandatory definitely inspired that. What inspired the perspectives was actually 12, made by Pet Peeves. Just, like, the idea of going to different character stories, it's such a good idea, though. Just, like, it's multiple stories all packaged into one. It's just really nice. It doesn't have any, like, same... Oh, come on, it's unique. It's interesting. It's not a clone.
It feels like it. Whatever, enough about my series. Oh,
it's like the idea of just going into other characters' mindsets and seeing their views of the world and how, like, they were brought into it and, like, lived through their own journeys. It just really inspired me to kind of have different perspectives and stuff. And I think, yeah, not really much else than that I know particularly inspired it. It was mainly those two aspects and Warrior Cats, because Warrior Cats inspires everything in the universe, as you know.
Question number 4. Randy asks, how did you perfect that Moss voice and steal my role?
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, look.
He's only absorbing what I just said.
So what Randy's talking about, he voices Moss in Topaf. Topaf is great. Definitely check it out. Check it out. Oh no, he has a very unique voice, and I don't think I perfected it in any means. I just simply, like, I think he said the emotionless part. When it comes to emotionlessness and acting, I've just had a lot of points where I get burnt out, or I just have emotional burnouts, or I'll just completely go. So it's not that hard for me to do an emotionless tone, because that isn't very hard to do. And it's like, after that, it's kind of a matter of, like, Moss has, like, a bit more of a whispery tone that's kind of, like, still flat and emotional. It's like, apologies for the intrusion, but you appear lost. Would you like directions? That's unfortunate. Does this mean you decline my offer of guidance? Like, stuff like that. Although I'd have to make my voice flatter to sound more dudish to kind of, like, mess with that. But yeah, otherwise it's just like, I don't think I perfected it. How I stole your role? I steal every role. I steal everything ever. Always. But yeah,
Oh, thanks for keeping it alive.
Yeah, I was just rambling, sorry. But yeah, there's that question answer. Yay, progress!
Yay! Randy asks, what's the origin of your name?
So, Eclipsed Light, so the story, like, my old username, I guess, like, my old username is Soul Savior. But yeah, like...
What?
Yeah, like, before I went on the internet, I actually had thought of a few usernames, and the one I was going with, like, was just Soul Savior. It was, I don't really remember where it came from. It was just something cool. It was when I was into Undertale, so that's probably where it came from. Yeah, and I was just like, Soul Savior sounds cool, hell yeah. And... But no, it doesn't fit anymore. Eclipse Light came from, because there was just a moment in my series where the eclipse comes into play, and it's like, it's kind of part of the cat's religion in the series. Like, they believe their powers came from the sun and moon, because it's been so long they don't really remember the humans anymore. Like, having created them, they think the sun and the moon are where their powers come from, and, like, when the kingdom was in two kingdoms, it was the Sun Kingdom and the Moon Kingdom, and just like the Moon Kingdom were nocturnal casts that basked in the moon's light and had like, I guess, like they did have like, I guess, power. They tended to have powers and pelt colors that related to that. Stuff like that. And then the Sun Kingdom had like cats who were there during the day, and they had like their little bright pelts and stuff. And just stuff like that. It's kind of just, that was what it was. They were just two separate kingdoms before and argued about who was better, blah 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 blah. And so Eclipse Light, it's actually what my Arc 2 is called. I'm probably going to change my name to Eclipse something else at some point, because as much as I like it, maybe I shouldn't have my username be the same as the damn story. But we'll see. But Eclipse Light is kind of meant to symbolize something. I'm not going to say what.
Oh my gosh.
You'll have to wait.
Randy has so many questions. Oh my god. Question number 6, Randy. Wait, you have a series?
Yes, I have a series. Answered!
And my go-to, if you could take any character from your series and have them live with you, they're going to be a part of your life forever. Who and why?
Wait, okay.
Christelle, because you're going to hear my voice all the time.
But then it would just be you again, and I join voice calls, and you just hear her and be like, it'd just be your voice talking to you. Yeah, congrats, by the way, on getting one of the main characters.
Thank you, though. I am voiced the main character in your wonderful series.
And just to know, like, Silver did audition for the character. I just simply slid into her DMs, was like, "Hey, I want to steal your soul. Can you audition for a few lines?" And I liked how it fit. Yeah,
like a sane.
Silver willingly gave it away, so it's consensual. Don't worry, it's fine.
Which character?
I'd actually probably. Well, I mean, I'm gonna probably throw away realism a bit, because like taking a random cat into my house that can talk and do magic would never end well in logic. But we're gonna pretend logic doesn't exist for a moment, and probably Shadow Stripe, because I know her the best, because she was just part of my younger self, and I feel like I'd be able to help her because I've been through that, so I know what the steps needed are for her to kind of feel better, even though she'd probably be very upset being put in a completely different world and having to be locked in my closet so the government doesn't take her. I mean,
oh my god. Oh, okay.
There's your question answered, Randy.
Oh my god. Question number 7 from Randy. Since you're playing Moss and you control Buddy, does this mean you hate yourself? Ooh.
Yes, I do. Next question.
Little context for this is that Buddy is so Tranquil, for some reason, allowed role playing. And we have a lot of fan characters. She makes a lot of fan characters. Buddy is a fan character. Moss is a canon character. Buddy hates Moss. And the joke is that Eclipse plays Moss. And now they... Anyways, moving on. Question number 8 from Randy. But seriously, what are all the art things you have planned beside your series? Any comics, audio dramas, sequels, etc.?
So, like I mentioned before, there is a prequel just kind of explaining the area. It's not going to be the original group that actually went over there just yet. It's just kind of exploring what happened in the lab and just kind of exploring around there and why it kind of sucked there. And then there's probably going to be a moving on from that that'll explain like there's the group's origin and how they moved to go to the where they live now and kind of developed over time, and then talk about the Sun Kingdom, Moon Kingdom possibly. It's still in development. The first one, Crimson Paths, is going to be a collaborated comic between me and my friend, IRL friend. We kind of worked on it for a while. It's one of the first stories It's the first story we collabed on together, definitely. We're gonna collaborate on a comic together. And then after that, I'm unsure. It depends on how the current one goes. There's an Arc 1, and then there's going to be an Arc 2. I don't know if there will be anything beyond Arc 2 yet. Maybe a few side stories, depending on if people want to know about certain characters more depth. Maybe. I'm probably never gonna really do a written form of it. I don't really like writing that much. I mean, I'll write little responses with like RPs and some just like little essays with that, but I don't want to write a whole book. So most likely, at the least, it'll be comics. At the most, it'll be animated. It just depends on what I decide. I'm not gonna do 2 animated series at once. Like if I'm animating one thing, I'll probably only
no.
comic another or do an audio drama or something. It just depends on how things go.
Question number 9 from Gunnar. What inspired your current art style?
Oh dear.
Oh no.
So my first art style was just inspired by me bullshitting it through memory. And Silver saw how well that turned out. I didn't even think about perspective. It has an above perspectives and the front forward perspective on the same ground. So yeah, I thought that one well. And then it kind of developed to a kind of weird style that looks like the cats had puzzle pieces for ears that were just giant. I don't know what I was thinking. Ew. They're so gross. I hate it. And then over time, I kind of got inspired by anime, and I think like Silver said, everyone has an anime art style at some point. I was like, anime.
Everyone has an anime phase.
Yeah, and then after that, like my style isn't specifically inspired by anything. I'll be honest. Like it's just bits and pieces where I saw something and was like, hey, I like that. I'm just gonna pick that up and put it here because I like how it looks. And that's literally all it was. Like I can't say for sure who like definitely inspired me because there's just so many, and I would be here all day if I said each and every person who inspired me with my style over time.
Oh no.
This is how it is. It's just so many. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's just been in general just cartoony creators that have really stylistic styles. Those are the ones I kind of like, and I'm just working on I'm still working my style to this day, trying to make it something I like.
Would you say you're satisfied with it, at least?
I'm not, it's fine, it could be better. I don't know, it feels a bit generic at the moment.
I wouldn't say it's generic, but you're the one staring at it almost every single day, so. Okay, question number 10. Gunnar says, how long have you been drawing for? Give us a time frame of like years.
Since elementary school. So let me math for a moment. It's 2021. Sorry, I suck. Wait, I'm sorry. I'm mathing it out. I'm sorry, I suck.
Use your fingers.
I'm using my fingers, lol. It's like this is in 5th grade, so I guess like you're like 10 in 5th grade, right?
Relatively?
I'd
I
say
don't know.
No, I'll just say 6 years. That's around 6 to 5 years. That's pretty much been around like
Same.
when I've been arting.
You already answered this question, but Gunnar asked, when did you start voice acting? That was like last year, right?
Yeah, when I started voice acting and like getting to communities and such, it was just like around the end of last year.
More questions, and they're both from Tranquil. Do you like playing villains or protagonists more?
So I actually like playing villains more because I just like being able to play with that aspect. It's just like it's just like something fun out of the ordinary that I get to do. Like I don't like being a mean person, but I like playing mean people. I like just being
exactly.
And sometimes villains just get really expressive, and that's fun because like villains obviously they're not very sane half the time, or antagonists. I like fun. I have fun, especially with insane characters. I'm very excited for any insane roles I get. That would be great.
Yeah. I love doing the occasional deep chuckle or something like that. And then and I like playing sadistic maniac crazy
igneous
arrogant people.
Yeah.
It's just fun.
Yeah. It's just something you get to be different just a different person for a bit, where he could be a total douche. And be like, yeah, I hate my character, but it's fun to voice, so you know.
Last question. What kind of world does your series take place in?
It's kind of
Mars, outer space, a star.
It's just some version of Earth. Some version of Earth where humans just develop technology in abusing animals with chemicals to give them powers, and just the animals developed over time in one area to have somewhat like just basic structures and technology and tools, but they use their magic more, so they don't really care to develop the tech as much. That's really what the world is right now.
Mm-hmm.
If I tried to get more detailed, we'd be here for years. Trust me.
Now we just wrapped up all the questions, and wow, it's been about 2 hours. This is fine. This is fine. I'm loving this. Is fine. You did amazing. There's one more question I want to ask, but honestly, you've answered this question already numerous times throughout this podcast because this whole thing was just an advice podcast. But I asked this question to everybody, to every guest, and that question is: what advice would you give to aspiring YouTube creators or just creators in general?
Okay, let me try to think of something I haven't said already. Wait, sorry. Oh dear.
Take your time.
Well, I'd say one of the most important things when like I guess aspiring creators just like having passion, I think, is one of the most important things to have. Like having the passion and the want, like the willpower to like push through obstacles. Like if you really care like for the thing you're creating and you really care about it and you're willing to do whatever it takes, obviously through legal, non-hurting people way, just like just like, you know, if you have the passion, go for it. And if you have passion for it, then it's gonna be worth it in the end. Like it'll be earned and you'll be satisfied. If you don't care and you're not really satisfied and you're only doing it just for money or something, then I don't really recommend that, because you don't really get any real, you might earn the material items you desire, but you're not going to earn true happiness from it. You'll gain true satisfaction from passion and through pushing it into something that makes you really happy and really happy to be a part of. And plus, especially series, just having good communities, just having a lot of people you can interact with, like it's a unique experience, and you can meet a lot of wonderful and talented people through it. Just like can really change your life.
Life is like Minecraft, where you build and craft for the fun of it, and you it's directionless. But there is a goal that you all like to meet someday, and that is maybe going to the end of defeating the Ender Dragon. I don't know, but you could just basically do whatever you want, as long as you have passion for it. Or you don't. I don't know.
Hashtag
I know I thought of Minecraft.
I mean, hey, that's one example, yeah.
The real creator within us is the Minecraft gamer.
Yeah. Minecraft is the answer to life. Mojang better sponsor this.
But yeah, we're just about wrapping up this podcast now, and I have an outro to do. And thank you so much for joining me, Eclipse. It was so fun.
It was fun. Yeah, it was fun to be a part of this. I'm glad you let me be a guest because you're amazing, talented, and I really look up to you, and you're a great inspiration for me. And you will take the damn compliment and shove it down. And this was just a great fun time. You're a great person.
Well, so are you. You're talented and amazing, and you inspire me too. You're welcome. Thanks for listening to this episode of Creators Lightbulb, hosted by Emblem and today's guest, Eclipse Light. It was such an honor to spend this time with you, and I love you ramble for so long, and I am fully accepting that.
And you never heard me sing.
Oh, we can end this thing off by singing.
Oh, no.
I mean, like you did sing.
Yeah, when I thought when you were gone, I was like, time to sing.
Greetings, Queen. I'm on honored to be in your presence. It looks like you need some assistance.
Well, this is much better just listening to you sing now. You're gonna keep that in.
Yeah, so
How about
I
this?
hope you also enjoyed our discussion and found yourself inspired.
If you keep it in, I'll sing. I'll only sing if you keep your...
Sure, why not?
Yeah, fine.
I hope you also enjoyed our discussions, listener, and found yourself inspired. If you did, please stay alert for the next episode by following Creators Lightbulb on literally wherever you listen to podcasts. My Discord tag is GGSilverEmblem, #8226. My Instagram is at emblem_productions, and my YouTube is GGSilverEmblem. Plug your socials, plug your socials, plug your socials,
Like
plug your
and
socials.
subscribe.
Oh, I have to plug my... Oh no, man! I don't need people following me. Fine.
Well, you're trapped now.
I literally... Okay, so I literally have the same exact username everywhere. I'm not gonna share my Discord tag because I'm shy. But no, I don't want to get DM'd. But like, I have a DeviantArt, I have a YouTube, I have an Instagram. I'm most active on those. I mean, in Discord, but you'll probably just find me in Discord servers. So if you join the Creators Lightbulb server, you'll definitely see me. So
It's X,
Creators
lowercase X, lowercase X, capital X, Eclipse Light, capital X, lowercase X.
xXEclipse.
That's
It's
what it
xXEclipsedLightXx. There you go. It's just the same username because I'm lazy.
All right, everybody. Well, I hope you have a good day, and remember to stay bright.
Greetings, Queen. I'm honored to be in your presence. It looks like you need some assistance.